The meeting of the Board of Ellis County Commissioners will now come to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Bobby, could you call the roll?
Commissioner Dean Hazelhorst.
Present.
Chair Butch Schleier.
Present.
Commissioner Neil Younger.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. Order of business, we will add one agenda item to the end of the list of agendas regarding an IT firewall, and we will have an executive session early in the agenda. Prior minutes, commissioners, review the minutes.
Yes, sir.
Yep, everything looks good, like always.
Okay, then the minutes will stand as submitted. Consent agenda, do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda, items A through G.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Are there any issues from persons not on the order of business? Okay. Monthly department report.
Look good, sir.
Yep.
A lot of things going on in the county.
A lot of stuff.
Absolutely, very inclusive report. Okay, and with that, I will make a motion to adjourn to an executive session for 5 minutes. This will include the Board of County Commissioners, Mr. Jeter, Darren Myers, and Jason.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Okay. We have an announcement here. Jason Kennedy, the Health Services Director, has tendered his resignation of employment with Ellis County effective December 10th, 2021. Mr. Kennedy has done a phenomenal job with us at Ellis County and has made many improvements to both departments he served as the director, and has taken the lead role in Ellis County during the COVID-19 pandemic. Jason will stay on board to assist with the transition of EMS until November 26th and the Health Department until December 10th. Mr. Kennedy also serves as the Ellis County Public Health Officer and will continue that role until the springtime to ensure our citizens get a consistent public health voice from Ellis County as we hopefully move to the end of the pandemic. With Jason's resignation, interim positions are needed in the EMS and health departments. Commissioners, I move to appoint Danita Schroeder as the interim EMS director effective November 26th and Kim Reel as the health department director effective December 10th. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0. Danita and Kim, can you come forward? I want to thank each of you ladies for your commitment to Ellis County and the departments you serve, and your willingness to step up and take these leadership roles. I wish you a lot of luck as we move forward.
Yep, thank you both for all your years of service already, so thank you for being on board.
Yes, thanks for stepping up for our community and foot right in right after one. So thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, then we have agenda item, Karita Liker retirement. Jason?
Good evening, Commissioners. Jason Kennedy, Ellis County Health Services Director. What you guys see before you is a letter for you to sign accepting Karita's retirement and thanking her for her 31 years of service. You know, I wrote some words down on paper that I was going to say tonight, but I'll be honest, nothing that we put on this paper can recognize the service that Karita's given to this county. 31 years of weekends, holidays, Christmases, time away from her family, and all that time showing the utmost compassion and care to this community. I give Karita a hard time every once in a while. I've never seen anyone that can hold a hand or make someone calm better than Karita. She's not only a phenomenal paramedic, but she cares for this community, and we are losing a huge asset when she walks out. She is dedicated 31 years, and it's not 31 years of 8 to 5, it's 31 years in ditches and everything else that she's done for this community. And so I truly appreciate the service to this community. I know the community appreciates it, and we look forward to her retirement as she has earned every bit of it. And but I wanted to thank her for her service and allow you guys the same opportunity.
Karita, as the Board of Commissioners, we'd also like to extend our heartfelt appreciation for your 31 years of service with Ellis County Emergency Medical Service. Your willingness to serve the citizens of Ellis County during holidays and other traditional family time exemplifies your commitment. Those professional acts of service have not gone unnoticed. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to your high-quality work ethic. Thank you. Okay, EMS Medical Director pay. Jason.
Nothing like the lame duck president taking on everybody's time tonight, but I do. Before we do this, I do want to say thank you to this county and thank you to you guys. This has not exactly been the easiest 2 years for anyone in this community, and I appreciate the support, the dedication of you guys. we have been able to walk through this pandemic together without a lot of the issues that we've seen around our state and around our nation. This is a great community, phenomenal community. I look forward to continuing to serve it in a different capacity, but I am truly thankful for the time I've had here and for that working relationship with you guys. So with that said, what you see before you tonight is a compensation increase for our medical directors. So EMS and health both have are statutorily bound to have licensed medical physicians that oversee what we do there as far as signing off on protocols, being a part of the implementation of new strategies, looking over all of those things. Neither one of these people have had, or neither one of these positions has had any form of compensation increase in years. Dr. Grove's been there since 2017, has not seen any compensation increase, and in speaking with previous directors at the health department, we can't really remember when the last time we looked at any pay increases for these. Both of these individuals have done a phenomenal job. Obviously, Dr. Knoll helping us get through the pandemic on the health department side, and Dr. Grove being a huge part of implementation of new protocol strategies, everything at EMS. What you see is an increase of $200 per month per individual, going from $600 a month to $800 a month, and then including them in a cost of living increase. So if the commissioners approve a cost of living increase for the Ellis County employees, these medical director positions would get that cost of living increase as well. I think that's a fair transition to hopefully maybe get it to where we alleviate some of these larger increases and have a consistent increase. Do you guys have any questions for me on either one of those?
I don't.
I don't.
Commissioner?
I do not.
Okay. Commissioners, it is a very important position. We can't operate either of these departments without our medical directors. And I know in the health department that stipend we gave our medical director was increased when we put Dr. Hess on board as medical director, which was several years before I even retired. And so it hasn't been changed since then. So it's definitely time, I think, we do something like this. It's well-deserved by these medical directors. Do I hear a motion?
I move the Ellis County Commission approve a pay increase of $200 per month and add a yearly cost of living increase equal to what is approved for all Ellis County employees to the position of medical director for Ellis County EMS and Ellis County Health. This change will take effect beginning 1/1 of 2022.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Jason.
There is a right-of-way vacation request. Brendan?
Good evening, Commissioners. Brandon McKay, Ellis County Public Works Director. So before you tonight, Jim Desbian has reached out to me a few times over the past few months. We've worked together. He's been requesting that we vacate a right-of-way. It's on 180th Avenue, south of Riverview Road, up there in the northeast part of the county. Jim and another partner there's 4 parcels that would be affected by this right-of-way vacation. It would landlock these parcels, so as part of the vacation, they would need a permanent easement. But Jim and another member of that area is up here. If they'd like to come up and answer any questions for you.
Before I answer any questions, just like to introduce myself. I'm Jim Davian. This is John Barrett, and John is one of the partners on one of the adjoining neighbors and that piece of ground out there. Mm-hmm. So I really don't have any presentation of what sort, but I'd be willing to answer any of your questions. We all the adjoining landowners for the vacation have signed a petition, and we will subsequently sign a permanent easement if this is approved, so that it not landlock any particular neighbor. So
Okay.
At that, I'd answer any of your questions.
Commissioners, any questions?
I have none. I know where their property's at up there, so I have no.
Okay.
I just have a comment. I wonder why it took that long to do that. I used to be up in that area, and why that road was like that, but it is what it is, but yeah.
Well, it
Good
runs
move.
into the river and a
Right.
big bank on it, so it was a road leading
to
to
nothing.
nowhere other than to our
Right,
properties. You're
that's a
right.
good move.
Yep. Thanks for bringing that up.
Okay, so you need to conduct a hearing at a later date, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess proceed.
All right.
Sounds
Thank
good.
you guys very much.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time for coming in.
Okay, now we're at the Cathedral Avenue Road. Brandon?
Yes, sir. So, well, tonight, I'll move this down a little bit. Cathedral Avenue, later this week or the first part of next week, we plan on putting it out for bid. Still looking at about $1 million for the county share of it. We'll be getting $750,000 in funding from KDOT for this project. The city's committed, their portion will be just over $1 million as well. Based on looking at final plans, they've increased some sidewalks that were originally going to be left behind. And then cost of materials, everything's been going up. But that's what we're looking at. Part of the planning, why we changed our road reclaimers down. So originally, we planned to haul off all the old asphalt, mill it off, and haul it ourselves as usable material. But our road reclaimers down, don't have an ETA yet on when it will be back up to us. So we didn't want to commit to hauling off the material and milling it ourselves if our machine's not available. So we have it in the contract as an add alternate item, that if our machine's back in time, we'll do the milling ourselves. If it's not back in time, we won't use that add alternate. So basically, I'm just looking for your blessing to go ahead and let this bid and give you guys a little update on it. It'll start on the south end, be done in 3 phases, south, middle, north. The reason it's done that way, they've got their own water line improvement project that just has the north end waiting to be finished up. So we're hoping with our timeline starting in the south, moving north, the water line should be done by the time we get to the north. And looking at the early start date would be March of next year.
Okay. Commissioners, any questions for Brandon?
Nope, great deal. Let's get it done. That's
Yeah.
a project that's been
Yeah, if we-
done for a long time.
If we want to get this project done, well, I guess we have to have the engineers do their work too.
Yep.
So proceed.
Alrighty, and part of that will be if you allow me to sign the notice to award and notice to proceed. So when we receive the bids and we choose the most or the qualified low bidder or competent low bidder, it's sometimes called, I can sign the notice to award that contract at that point in time, or I can bring it back to the commission if they feel that's best. Same thing with the notice to proceed. The notice to proceed is when we've selected that candidate, we've given them the notice to award, we've looked over their plans for how they're going to do it, and everything looks great. We'll give them the notice to proceed, so that means they can start with construction.
I know I don't have a problem with you signing it, but what does the board think?
I have no problem with it.
I have a question on their water line.
Yes, sir.
Is that going down the sidewalk, or is that gonna go right down the middle of our road?
Partially, well, it's off in the parking lanes.
Okay,
So it's down the road, but it's outside of the 24 feet right away that we're responsible for.
okay,
In places it crosses over across our right of way, but all the junction boxes, if you drive down there now, you can see the spots where they patched on the south of Cathedral Avenue, or, sorry, the church there going south. On the east side of the roadway, you can see sections where they passed, and then some of the boxes on the west side of the roadway as well. So it's off the driving lanes, just in those parking areas.
because my concern was about the compaction, if they're, doing a sand/flowable fill so it stays, so we don't lose our road in a couple of years down the road. So,
Yep.
Okay,
So that's why it's off the driving lanes and not in the,
okay.
I do believe that they addressed that with the contractors, though, for the compaction
Okay.
and using flowable fill, if I remember that conversation.
correct, because originally the contractor just wanted to go back with dirt or rock base because didn't know when we would be getting this project done or if we receive funding. But after we received the funding and that slowed down the timeline a little bit, they had them put concrete back in the hole.
Okay.
So where those junction boxes are at and the new line's at, there's concrete in that place.
Okay.
We'll mill through it, take it out, and then concrete the whole stretch of roadway.
Very good.
So
Okay.
that should hopefully last a very long time. Just have to be, with the engineered joints, we shouldn't have to worry about the heaving that we see currently there with their parking lot, and then what you see sometimes on Old 40, especially east of 280th, where it'll start to heave up and have to mill it back down.
Okay, well, proceed with the bids, and you can go ahead and sign for them too.
Alrighty.
Okay, then we have the Kansas Local Bridge Improvement Program. Brendan?
Hope you guys aren't getting tired of me yet. I'm getting a little
Not
tired
yet.
of talking. So last week we received 2 bids for the KLBIP grant bridge that we're planning on replacing. Commissioner remembers, this is the bridge that we closed the one on 140th for the additional $50,000 in funding for. Low bid came in at $244,140. Engineering estimate was $248,000, so it's right in line with the engineering estimate. The low bidder for this was L&M Contractors out of Great Bend. So if the commission, part of this project, the way it's funded is the county will pay for the project and then be reimbursed. In our case, it'll be up to $200,000, which we will meet because it's done, the construction's done on a 90-10 split. So the total cost for the county, when it's all said and done, will be under $100,000 because we'll have $44,140 in construction, about $30,000 or give or take some for the in construction inspection, CI they call it. Commission a week previously approved the right-of-way acquisition that was under $1,000, and there was no utility relocation. So we should be between the $80,000 and $100,000 total out of pocket. We just need to pay this portion up front, and we'll be reimbursed from KDOT after project completion.
Okay, any questions or concerns, Commissioners? Is there a motion for this?
I'll make a motion. I move to approve the low bid for L&M Contractors Incorporated for $244,140 for KLBIP bridge replacement of OS 619-42.1 and sign the attached contract agreement.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0.
And then on this, do you mind if I sign the notice to award, notice to proceed? Sorry, I had those 2 flip-flopped.
That's okay.
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 And then, because I think you guys haven't heard me talk enough yet tonight, little update on the Saline River Bridge. Went out for bid today, so should be receiving those back. We'll have an opening here in December 14th at our shop there if we receive any bids. Heard talks there might be someone willing and able to start it on January 1st, but that's just what I've heard through the grapevine. We'll see if they bid. Be prepared. The numbers are coming in very high from any bridge that's being accepted around us, so material hasn't gotten any cheaper, unfortunately. So just
Okay,
unfortunately, it'll be more expensive than this bridge. But alrighty, well, thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
okay, our next item is the conditional use permit 2140. Mason?
Good evening, Commissioners. Mason Reuter, Environmental Services Director. Mr. McDaniel apologizes for his absence this evening. He had a business on the City Council that he could not leave for. This evening, before you, you have the conditional use permit 2140 for Rush County. They're wanting to utilize a sand pit facility about 1.5 miles northwest of Pfeiffer. They came and went through the process, went through the public hearing. We had no protests. Pretty straightforward project. I do have Rush County here if you would like to speak to them, if you have any questions for them. We did go through all that, and we're ready to proceed if you are.
Commissioners, any questions about this?
I don't.
No? Is there a motion for it?
I move that we approve CUP 2140 to allow Rush County to utilize a sand pit facility located 1 mile south of 320th Avenue and Chatola Gold Road, which is 1.5 miles northwest of Pfeiffer in rural Ellis County, as the zoning regulations have been followed and approved by the Planning and Zoning Commission, October 27th, 2021.
I'll second that.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you very much, Commissioners.
Thank you, Mason.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rush County, for showing up.
Yeah, we may need a favor.
That's right. Yeah, we're gonna be over in your county getting sand too. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, the next agenda item is the Tag Homestead Abatement. Mr. Jeter.
Bill Jeter, County Councilor. On February 19th of 2021, the home of Gerald and Carol Freitag, located at 2584 Grantsville Road in Victoria, was destroyed by fire. The replacement was received and occupied on October 14th of 2021. The Freitags have filed an application with the county clerk's office for an abatement of those taxes pursuant to KSA 79-1613. You have in front of you a resolution for the commission to approve that abatement for that period of time. I believe Carol Freitag and Lisa Ree are both here if you have any questions for them or myself.
Okay. Commissioners, I just got a notice I must leave,
Okay,
so we'll have Commissioner Hazelhorst take over the meeting.
we'll do that. Neil, any questions on that? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. You got any questions? I'm sure you're aware of where the property is out by Vincent.
Exactly where it is a bad thing, and I have nothing.
Any other comments, Mr. Jeter?
I have none.
If not, I'd ask for a motion.
Does Carol, do you have any questions for anybody?
Carol, you have anything to say? No?
Okay.
Okay.
I move
Thank
to
you.
approve Resolution 21-24 for the abatement of property taxes due to a fire at the Freitag Homestead per KSA 79-1613.
I will second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 2-0, Bobby. Next item on the agenda, change of courthouse closing time from 5 PM to 4:30 PM, Monday through Friday. Darren, you got any comment on that, please?
Yes, sir. Darren Myers, County Administrator. Before you tonight is an option to allow the courthouse closing hours to change from 5 PM to 4:30. The sheriff has contacted both the 23rd Judicial District as well as the county attorney's office in regards to this change of hours, which would match the law enforcement center at the sheriff's office. This would help eliminate people coming in right before 5 o'clock and having staff stay after on overtime to assist, as well as having courthouse security at the office doors there at the courthouse to be on overtime as well. The county attorney emailed me yesterday and said he has no preference one way or the other. He didn't want to persuade the commission one side or the other as to both, whichever decision you would make. And the sheriff also said that he had talked to the Judge Brown and he was supportive of it as well. The time change would take place on November 26th, I believe it was a Monday, or the 29th. 29th, I believe. And so that way the sheriff and the courthouse can make a couple weeks' notice to alert the public that the office hours would change. And the sheriff said he apologized he couldn't be here, but he's in Florida, I believe, for his 20th anniversary, or 25th maybe.
I think it's 25th, yes. Hale, any questions?
I have no questions. I think that's good. That gives them a little time to wind down and leave the public out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm all with that.
Would you like to make a motion to that effect?
I would move to approve the change of the courthouse hours of operations from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday.
I'll second that motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 2-0, Bobby. Next item, County Administrator Report.
Just because Butch had left, but he had made a notation that we would add an agenda item for the
For
firewall
the
upgrade.
IT. Thank you. Sorry. I wasn't trying to bypass you, Mike. Mr. Mike Liker, IT Director, would you come forward, please? County Core Firewall Upgrade.
Good evening, Commissioners. Thank you for allowing me to present. Mike Liker, the IT Director for Ellis County. What you have in front of you is kind of a synopsis of what I'm asking for. The County Core Firewall is the security appliance that sits between our internal network or our LAN and the internet or the wide area network, the external. It is the first line of defense for all cyber breaches, activity, all of those bad things that can happen, unwanted things that can happen. The current hardware that's in place is approaching 4 years. It'll be 4 years old January 1st, I think it is, of next year. So it is not the current generation of security appliance, and the subscriptions that you have annual subscriptions that include all of the cyber updates, the rules, the new threats, all that kind of stuff is on there. Those subscriptions expire December 12th, and it had come to our attention when we started looking at this back in August, I think it was, that with their upgrade incentive, it's actually less expensive to buy new hardware than to buy the subscriptions for another 3 years. So, and then it gets us the latest generation of security appliance. I had originally had this on the ARPA projects to be funded through the ARPA funds, but that wasn't forthcoming quite as quickly as they did the first time when they had the CARES funding. We went from no time to do it to almost too much time, but for this project anyway. So I'm asking that you allow me to purchase the Firewall, excuse me, Firewall appliance, the high availability appliance, and the what is that third one? The third one is it's a software addendum or add-on to the Firewall that adds another layer of security. Stateful high availability is what it is. And what that is, you have your primary firewall. If it goes down for some reason, the secondary firewall or the high availability firewall kicks in. But because of the way our internet service providers' rules are, it's not a seamless transition from primary to backup. So this stateful HA closes that gap and allows us to have a seamless failover to the secondary appliance. That's a quick and dirty explanation of the firewalls. So I'm just
And it comes with a maintenance agreement, right?
3 years, yeah. And it's not really a maintenance agreement, it's a subscription. What that, anytime there's a new virus, they send out an update.
So they're getting more clever on their wording.
Welcome to my world. There's always the residuals. So I spoke with Darren about it, and since the ARPA process is moving a little slower than I anticipated, Darren and I had agreed that we could purchase that out of, I'll let you kind of explain what you had in mind for that. Purchase it now and then seek reimbursement through the ARPA funds. So I don't know if you want to add on that at all. But
Basically, to make it cleaner, we could use this approximately $6,300 for the package that Mike is presenting. We could take the $6,300 out of the administrator's contingency. We've only used about 16% of that, and there's about $120,000 left, so no other plans to use those funds this year. If we paid for it out of there and then we had a result come back from iParametrics as to whether it's eligible, ineligible, or can be used as part of the lost revenue piece, we can basically just transfer the money back to the general fund and reimburse that expense. If not, the contingency, this is one of the reasons why we have that money sitting there for projects that come up like this. So that would where I would ask the commission if approval is to approve it, and we'll pay for it out of the administrator's contingency.
That's fine. Neil, any questions?
Just a comment, way to keep up on it, Mike, and I feel that's a small price to pay if somebody hacks into us, and it costs us way more than what this is for a good quality control on it, so thank you.
Thank you.
move forward and come back in January and let us know the maintenance agreements.
Okay. Well, fortunately, we'll get 3 years, so you won't hear on this one for 3 years, so
Other ones are coming. Thank you.
they're always
Mike, for
coming.
the update.
Thank you.
If you can
County
get,
Administrator report. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, if you can get Bobby a PO for that right away tomorrow, since it was approved tonight, I'd appreciate it.
Yes.
And I can come over and sign it.
Okay, I'll have to come up and get one.
Okay.
All yours, Darren.
Actually, I didn't work much last week, so I don't have much of a report from last week.
Looks like you're healing well. Glad that all went good, so,
Just sore.
yeah. Neil, your report?
Last week, Wednesday, I went to the League of Municipalities in Ellis. That our representatives were there. Nice conversation there. So, and Dave McDaniel's now is the president of that in there. He got in, so that's good that he's going to represent us in the municipalities. And I just have to say thanks for all the employees of the county. And for Bobby, and reading through the APL 40 report, all the people that help out with the election, that's great. They take time from their personal lives and come help. But yeah, everything else is good.
I have a KAC meeting in Topeka Wednesday at 10 o'clock. Already going to be talking about the KAC convention / for next year. That's already on the agenda for Wednesday, so there's going to be some exciting changes with that. Going to get a lot more of the vendors involved, so we'll be ready to present that to them hopefully within the next 60 days. So going to be some exciting changes there. Other than that, gosh, guess I led a little bit of a boring life, I guess. So thank you again, Bobby, for all your help with the election and your staff. You guys did a great job. I heard nothing but praise, so keep up the good work, and our prayers for Butch and his family today. So with that, that's all I have. No more executive sessions, I guess. We're done. We will adjourn at 5:43, Bobby. Thank you all for coming as our crowd got thinner.
Everybody have